The market is still in the process of recovery today. Shiba Inu's price just slightly rebounded. However, zooming out, it's still looking gloomy. But there's something you should know about. And this is big. It just dropped massively. Around 3.5 trillion Shiba Inu is being questioned. The crazy part? Satoshi Kusama and other devs are nowhere to be found. What is happening? What on earth am I even talking about? Well, let me explain. Disclaimer. Today wasn't too bad for Shiba Inu. In the last 24 hours, it managed to bounce back a bit, climbing into the green. A nice little recovery. But if you zoom out and look at the bigger picture, like the past week, things aren't as pretty. Shiba Inu is still down about 16%, so it's not exactly out of the woods yet. The mood? Kind of uncertain. Retail investors are in this weird phase where they're trying to decide their next move. Should they buy more, hold tight, or just walk away? That's the big question. No one really knows if Shiba Inu will keep sliding, or if this recent dip is finally over. But one thing's for sure, people are still talking about it. The community is watching closely, waiting for that next big shift. But you might be wondering, what's really going on? What's behind this price movement? Well, let's zoom out and look at the bigger picture. Shiba Inu isn't the only one going through this. Bitcoin is moving in a similar way. It tried to hold its ground around 99,000, but couldn't keep up and slipped all the way down to 95,000. Right now, it's hovering around 96,000, still struggling to find its footing. And since Bitcoin sets the tone for the entire market, it's no surprise that Shiba Inu and other cryptos are reacting. When Bitcoin stumbles, everything else tends to follow. And the reason behind all of this? None other than Donald Trump. At least that's what some analysts are saying. Traders are getting nervous about what they call Trump dumps, a term floating around as the crypto market sold off ahead of the latest U.S. jobs data on February 7th. The entire market took a hit, with the total crypto market cap dropping over 2.5% to around $3 trillion. Now, crypto is always volatile, but this time there are some real factors at play. First, liquidations across the market have been dragging prices down. Then, there's the risk-off mood. Investors don't like uncertainty, and with the U.S. jobs report coming up, they're playing it safe. On top of that, market technicals are looking weak, signaling that prices could dip even further. The jobs data coming out on February 7th is a big deal. Traders are waiting to see numbers on job openings, unemployment rates, and wage growth, all of which could impact how the Federal Reserve handles interest rates. But here's what's interesting. With all these crazy price drops lately, Shiba Inu has actually slipped down in the crypto rankings. It used to be comfortably sitting in the top 10, but now, it's fallen all the way down to around the top 20. That's a huge drop, way lower than most people expected. The Shiba Inu community is used to seeing Shiba Inu as the king of meme coins, leading the charge. But right now, it doesn't look like that's the case. Other meme coins have been holding up better, and Shiba Inu's ranking just keeps slipping. It's a weird shift because, for so long, Shiba Inu was one of those unstoppable names in the space. The big question now is, can it climb back up? Or is this just the new reality for Shiba Inu? The market is shaky, and investors are still figuring out what to do next. One thing's for sure, though. People are paying attention. And here's the crazy part. Despite this massive drop in rankings, the Shiba Inu devs are nowhere to be found. No big reactions, no major updates, just silence. It's almost unsettling. You'd think that, after such a huge fall, the team would step in, reassure the community, maybe roll out some kind of strategy to get things back on track. But lately, nothing. Just a few scattered updates here and there. Nothing significant. And that silence? It's making people panic. Investors are starting to ask the big questions. Where are the devs? Are they even paying attention? Do they care about what's happening? Or are they just letting Shiba Inu fade into the background? This should be a wake-up call. A moment where the team steps in and takes action. But instead, it feels like radio silence. And then there's the biggest theory floating around. What about Satoshi? Is he still focused on Shiba Inu? Or is he putting all his energy into his own meme coin? Shy. A lot of people are starting to feel like he's shifted priorities, leaving Shiba Inu behind while he pushes his new project. And honestly, that's making things even worse. If the lead developer isn't fully committed, what does that mean for Shiba Inu's future? Right now, it's all just speculation. But that's exactly the problem. When there's no transparency, no clear direction, people start assuming the worst. The community is getting restless, wondering if this is the beginning of the end. And with Shiba Inu's ranking slipping, its price struggling, and its leadership staying quiet, it's not hard to see why investors are getting nervous. They want answers. They want action. And most of all, they want to know if Shiba Inu still has a future, or if it's slowly being abandoned. But wait, something massive just happened, and it makes this whole situation even crazier. There's something you should know, and honestly, it might shock you. So, it has been reported that the Fear and Greed Index just dropped into the fear zone. A recent tweet revealed that the index is sitting at 35, which means deep fear is taking over the market. That's a big deal because this index measures overall investor sentiment. When it's high, people are greedy, buying like crazy. When it's low, like now, fear is in control, and many traders start panic selling. Here's the shocking part. Even though Shiba Inu has been crashing lately, big money players, the whales, are still loading up. They're not backing down. In fact, they're buying even more, even as the price keeps dipping. Shiba Inu's price dropped again, yet whales have scooped up a massive 6.33 trillion tokens so far in 2024. And just in February alone, they grabbed 840 billion more. Right now, these huge holders, those with between 10 trillion and 100 trillion Shiba Inu, are sitting on a staggering 161 trillion tokens. That's a mind-blowing amount. And not only that, something even crazier just happened. Shiba Inu's net flow just exploded, skyrocketing by a mind-blowing 5,200%. That's not just a little uptick, that's a massive shift. This net flow basically tracks how whales and big holders are moving their Shiba Inu, and right now, it's showing that they're making big moves. After days of pretty much nothing happening, whale net flows suddenly jumped from around 128 billion Shiba Inu to a staggering 3.5 trillion Shiba Inu on February 7th. That's a huge spike, and when this kind of thing happens, it usually means one thing: whales are loading up. If this trend keeps up, it could be a really positive sign for Shiba Inu's future. And get this, alongside that surge, large holder inflows also shot up, with 3.8 trillion Shiba Inu being scooped up in just the last 24 hours. That's an 892% increase for the week. Meanwhile, large holder outflows have actually dropped, which suggests that these whales aren't just making random moves. They're being deliberate, stacking up Shiba Inu instead of selling off. So what does all of this mean? What's really happening here? Why are whales loading up on massive amounts of Shiba Inu while everyone else is too scared to buy? What do they see that the average investor doesn't? Is there some insider knowledge floating around? Some big event that hasn't been revealed yet? Whales don't just throw money around for no reason. When they move like this, accumulating billions, even trillions of tokens, it's usually because they're expecting something big. And here's where things get even more interesting. The Shiba Inu devs have been unusually quiet. No major announcements, no big updates, just silence. Now, that could mean a lot of things, but one possibility is that they're preparing for something huge. Maybe they're about to drop a major partnership. Maybe a new technology is in the works. Something that could change the game for Shiba Inu. Or, dare we say it, maybe this is the calm before the storm, the start of the massive bull run we've all been waiting for. Think about it. Every time the market is at its most fearful, when people start losing faith, that's often when the biggest comebacks happen. We've seen it before. Shiba Inu has had its fair share of ups and downs, but somehow, it always finds a way to surprise us. Could this be another one of those moments? Could this be the setup before Shiba Inu skyrockets again? For so long, Shiba Inu holders have been holding on, trying to recover from past losses. Could this finally be the moment? Could this be the turning point where Shiba Inu reclaims its place in the rankings and proves the doubters wrong? Of course, right now, it's all just speculation. But one thing we can't ignore is that the energy is shifting. This kind of whale activity isn't normal, and when the big players start making moves, it usually means something's brewing. Whether it's a major development behind the scenes, a big money play, or just a wave of renewed hype, one thing's for sure, Shiba Inu isn't done yet. And for the community, that alone is enough to bring back hope. Because if history has taught us anything, it's that Shiba Inu always finds a way to surprise us. So maybe, just maybe, we shouldn't stress too much about what's happening right now. This could just be a temporary hurdle before something bigger unfolds. And honestly, that's exactly what Lucy, a well-known figure in the Shiba Inu community, just hinted at in her latest tweet today. She kept it simple. No stress. What's meant to be will be. Just stack wisely and let it play out. That right there says a lot. She's basically reminding everyone to stay calm, think long-term, and not let short-term price swings shake them. The market moves in cycles. Sometimes it crashes hard, sometimes it pumps like crazy. But those who stay patient and make smart moves are the ones who come out on top. And looking at everything that's happening, whales accumulating, net flows spiking, and the devs staying quiet, it really does feel like something bigger is coming. Maybe this dip is just a test, shaking out the weak hands before the real move happens. Maybe this is one of those moments where, months from now, people look back and say, that was the perfect time to buy. Of course, no one can predict the future, but one thing's clear. The Shiba Inu story isn't over. Far from it. But what is your opinion on this? Comment down below. If you are curious to find more, then make sure to click on one of the videos you see on the screen. And with that, we come to the end of this video. If you enjoyed the video, then turn on the notifications bell on this channel. Missing an important Shiba Inu update might make you lose money, so don't risk it. Also, please share this video with as many people as possible. Let's get this.
Oh my God, don't tell me it actually happened. The US government looked very friendly towards crypto. I mean, it gave a green light to a Bitcoin ETF and now Ethereum. But God, we were wrong. The things that are happening behind the scenes are very shady. But what is actually going on? And how come we never heard of it? This is an exclusive video you won't find anywhere else. So let's not waste a single second of your time and get straight to the point. Disclaimer, breaking news today. Today, Shiba Inu has taken a massive hit, losing 84% in a very important metric. This sudden drop has left the Shiba Inu community baffled, as the whales, or large holders, seem to have vanished almost completely. The Shiba Inu army is in a state of confusion, trying to figure out what went wrong. But what just happened? Many enthusiasts are worried and uncertain about the future, fearing stricter regulations and a tougher environment for cryptocurrencies. And here's something very important. Many are scratching their heads, wondering why this sudden turn of events. After all, the United States recently gave the green light to Bitcoin ETFs, and more recently, Ethereum ETFs. People were gearing up for a potential bull run, only to be blindsided by this unexpected twist. The sense of confusion and frustration is palpable among crypto enthusiasts, who now find themselves grappling with uncertainty and questioning the direction of the market. But wait, what just happened exactly? Well, let me explain. Coinbase, a major cryptocurrency exchange, has raised serious concerns about the United States Securities and Exchange Commission's approach to regulating the crypto industry. In a recent filing with the U.S. Court of Appeals, in its ongoing effort to push the court to force the SEC to begin making fair rules for the crypto industry, Coinbase asserted. The SEC said. The SEC is serious about the destruction of digital assets. They believe the SEC is determined to stifle the industry through its regulation by enforcement strategy, aiming to choke the crypto market. And this is a crazy thing. Fair rules for the crypto industry are crucial for its widespread adoption. Clear regulations provide stability and confidence for investors and businesses alike. Without them, the industry remains in a constant state of uncertainty, hindering its growth potential. Coinbase is fighting hard for clear regulations. The SEC is trying to make clear rules. Right now, there aren't many rules written down. The SEC keeps going after crypto companies, making things even more confusing. So, lots of crypto companies are leaving the U.S. because they don't see a future here. And unfortunately, as it seems, the situation is getting worse every day. Even though Coinbase is trying to talk to the SEC, it feels like the SEC doesn't want to make things clear. Coinbase says it's a waste of time to ask the SEC for more explanations. Giving the agency further opportunity to explain itself is both pointless and exquisitely undeserved. Coinbase remarked. The whole situation is all a bit nonsensical, isn't it? On one hand, the SEC seems to be signaling approval by giving the green light to crypto ETFs. Meanwhile, we're witnessing massive inflows of money into the crypto space every single day. But behind the scenes, it appears they're actually trying to tighten their grip and crack down on the crypto industry. It's a puzzling contradiction that just doesn't add up. From an ethical standpoint, it seems like the SEC is playing a double game. They're giving the impression of openness and acceptance, yet their actions suggest otherwise. It's hard not to feel a sense of distrust and skepticism towards their motives. To put it in simpler terms, imagine if you had a friend who kept telling you they supported your dreams and goals, but every time you tried to pursue them, they secretly sabotaged your efforts. It's confusing, frustrating, and downright absurd. That's essentially what's happening here with the SEC and the crypto industry. And this is just the tip of the iceberg. The growing discussion around the relationship between cryptocurrency and the US government is gaining traction, especially as we approach the US presidential election. Elections tend to bring important issues to the forefront of public attention. Candidates often have differing views and policies regarding technology, finance, and regulation. Since cryptocurrency sits at the intersection of all these areas, it naturally becomes a topic of interest during election seasons. People want to know where candidates stand on issues like digital currency regulation, taxation, and innovation. And here's what we currently have. Trust me, it will confuse you even more. If we take a look at the current president of the United States, here's something crazy that has just happened. Amidst intense scrutiny of the cryptocurrency industry, many believe that the Biden administration was softening its stance, especially after allowing the SEC to approve several Ethereum ETFs. However, President Joe Biden recently did something unexpected. You see, there was an SAB-1. In 2021, a legislative document intended to influence the SEC's rules on crypto assets. Essentially, it was a resolution to try to stop the SEC from enforcing certain regulations on cryptocurrencies, and it was recently passed by Congress. When it passed through Congress, the crypto community was excited. It seemed like a victory, a sign that the government was moving in a direction that favored the interests of crypto enthusiasts. The community celebrated, seeing it as a step towards more favorable regulations, and perhaps even a loosening of restrictions on cryptocurrencies. It was a moment of hope and optimism, with many believing that this resolution would bring about positive changes in the crypto landscape. But now, just yesterday, out of the blue, Biden vetoed the latest resolution. In simple terms, Biden's veto means he rejected the resolution aimed at interfering with the SEC's crypto asset rules. This move has sparked a lot of anger in the crypto community, with many feeling like Biden has lost their support entirely. Here's some very simple explanation of what happened. Imagine you and your friends are planning a road trip to your favorite destination. You've been looking forward to it for months, excitedly discussing all the places you'll visit and the memories you'll make along the way. Finally, the day of the trip arrives and everyone is packed and ready to go. As you hit the road, the journey is going smoothly. You're enjoying the scenic views, singing along to your favorite songs and sharing laughs with your friends. It feels like nothing could dampen your spirits. But then, halfway through the trip, the driver suddenly decides to turn the car around and head back home. That's how the crypto community felt when SAB 121 passed through Congress. It was like they were on this exhilarating journey towards positive changes and greater acceptance of cryptocurrencies. They were thrilled to see progress being made and felt optimistic about the future. But then, Just like the unexpected decision to turn the car around, President Biden's veto came as a shock and disrupted their momentum. It felt like they were forced to abandon their plans and return to square one, leaving them frustrated and disillusioned. The excitement of the journey turned into disappointment, and they couldn't help but feel let down by the sudden change, of course. The crypto community didn't take Biden's decision well. Anthony Scaramucci from Skybridge Capital spoke out, saying Biden's stance on crypto could lead to unexpected problems. He wrote on X, Biden's position on crypto may cost him more than he realizes. It was a really bad decision to veto that bill, especially at this critical time. Meanwhile, Donald Trump has a different view on this. He recently made it clear that he's not on the same page as Biden when it comes to crypto. In a speech at the Libertarian National Convention, Trump stated, "I will also stop Joe Biden's crusade to crush crypto. We're going to stop it. I will ensure that the future of crypto and the future of Bitcoin will be made in the USA, not driven overseas." Trump didn't stop there. He took to his social media platform, Truth Social, to emphasize his support for cryptocurrency companies, saying, "I am very positive and open-minded to cryptocurrency companies and all things related to this new and burgeoning industry." He stressed the importance of the US being a leader in this field, stating there is no second place. Trump also didn't hold back on criticizing Biden, calling him the worst president in the history of our country and accusing him of wanting crypto to fail. Trump concluded by asserting that will never happen with me. Regardless of what will happen next, it's evident that the issue is serious. Crypto will remain a hot topic in the coming months, with discussions on regulation, policies, and potential presidential stances. This issue is serious and will impact every crypto, including Shiba Inu. Today, we saw a drastic 84% drop in whale transactions, which probably means that rising fear among investors. But what is your opinion on that? Comment down below. I'd be eager to read your opinion. If you are curious to find more, then make sure to click on one of the videos you see on screen. And with that, we come to the end of this video. If you enjoyed the video, then please like this video. And don't forget to leave a comment in the comments section. This really helps me with the YouTube algorithm. Also, please share this video to as many people as possible. Let's get this news out there.